Hey guys, how are you? Hey guys, how are you? I'm going to be doing some complimentary readings on the stream. So if you want to book one, they're 25, but if you want a free one, just go ahead and let me know and I will put you on as a guest speaker just so I can hear your voice and we can communicate better. So for those who don't know, my name is Lucy. I'm a psychic medium and astrologer. I focus on career and love. So if you have a love question, you can go ahead and put it through and I will add you as a guest speaker. Okay, so Michelle, you're asking, does Alex still want you? You broke up. Okay, so let me go ahead and put you through. So I don't think you have it available so I can add you as a guest speaker. So I'll try again. You have the settings off, so I'm not able to. So I'm doing some complimentary readings. So if you want to, my full ones are 25. I'm an astrologer and tarot is what I do. Well, I do many things, but I'm saying the most popular. And I focus on love life. So if you want one, you can book one. But if you want a free one, go ahead and put your question through so that I can add you in. Oh, okay. I see. Hi, how are you, Michelle?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name's Lucy. So, what is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Okay. So let's get started. So, your question is on. You said Mike or Mark?
Alex.
Alex. Sorry.
He's a
Bad
Taurus.
name. Oh, okay. All right. Let's get started. So I'm gonna do. So usually when I do full readings, I do astrology and then I do tarot. Sometimes I mix it. Although I have my clients that prefer like just astrology, which is fine, and those that are scared by astrology and only want tarot. But in this particular case, I'm just gonna do like what I call the quick mixer. I'm gonna do dice, runes, and different types of cartomancy. But it doesn't really matter the tool. But what matters is giving you clarity. So let me get started. You said Taurus and you're a Leo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is pointing at, so this is going to be in sections. All right, I'm going to cast and then we'll talk about it and then I'll have another thing I'm going to do and, like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you clarity. The first thing coming up for you is that something happened on Easter. So it could either be the day before or in the I guess, calendar exact timing of Easter. So that means that there could have been an arguing about it, or an argument, maybe it was plans, or maybe something happening on the phone. There's something very hostile, something that broke, or something that became cold and distant. Now, besides that, this opens up even before that. This talks about when a person has intuition about being lied to or about a secret. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be you feeling intuitively that he's hiding something that that you could just feel it, and he's just not being honest or addressing it. Okay. And was it why the Easter part? Did something this morning or plans or
No, I
was it?
haven't. I haven't communicated with him in like 2 weeks.
Okay. So there's something significant about today.
Today, so this is just my intuitiveness because I am pretty intuitive.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure. Fire signs are very much so.
so
Extremely, especially Leo. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't doubt
and
that.
so yesterday, I think there's probably a shift in his energy today as resentment, just because yesterday, and I know he was probably aware that I did block him, and
Oh, okay. So that was the cold and distant. Okay. Don't
yeah,
tell me too much. Don't tell me
okay,
too much. I don't mind, but I don't mind you sharing. But like, let me see
okay,
what naturally
yeah,
pops up. That way, the
yeah,
client doesn't think they lead the reading. That way.
yeah,
Okay. So no, but I appreciate it. Okay. So we got those things out of the way. I just want you to know that the reason I begin with that is because that's really the nitty gritty. At the end of the day, no matter what you argue about, or no matter what has happened, or no matter what is bothering that spine, that thorn, is that you're bothered that what you need addressed is not being addressed. And it needs
yes,
to be out in the open. And that's where really what this is all about. I kind of work backwards. I look at the punchline first, and we can talk about the layers. Okay. So this needs to be cleared up, because if you feel that you are in a relationship with someone, or you're trying to be in one, and you are not being shown all the cards, that's not fair to you, and the wall comes up, then resentment, and then a cycle and a pattern, and it's not okay. And then they'll retaliate, because Taurus males, they're kind of like, mommy didn't do that to them growing up, so why should the woman they're with, right?
yeah,
I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but Taurus males have a certain type of, at least most stereotypical Taurian men have a way that they were mama's baby.
oh my, yeah,
All right, so let's see. Now I'm going to look at the whole energy of the relationship, just to get an idea of where it's headed. Okay. So let me see something here. All right. There's two men that show up in your love energy. Whether you want them, whether you don't, whether you care, you are on their radar. So I'm doing a broad energy check on your love life. So what this means is, even if one guy is your focus and you're not interested in the advances of someone else, that doesn't mean you're not on their radar. That doesn't mean you're not being thought of heavily. So this tells me that there is someone that is trying to be in the picture, while maybe you're trying to be in the picture with someone else. This is complicated because there's two guys in this. This guy has a pretty strong grip on wanting to be with you, unless the Taurus. Let me see. Well, before I check, I'm just going to tell you what I'm thinking. Unless the Taurus guy is new and the ex, no, it doesn't seem that way. Hang on a minute.
so Taurus,
No, hang on.
Taurus was my most current relationship.
Okay, because
We
there's
haven't been apart too long, but yeah.
Okay, there's two guys. One of them is having distance and issues with you, but it's not not entirely.
Okay.
What I consider broken is when there's the heart and the mind. If the mind's not thinking about the person, the heart has no feeling, that it's cut. Whether they decided to not talk to each other, two people can decide not to talk to each other, and then they secretly, are like, oh, I hope they call me. I hope I miss them. I miss
Yeah.
them. So I see a connection that's distant, that's not completely broken, and I see one that's kind of like very passionate and obsessive. So I'm trying to figure out which guy is which. So let me figure out if this one is the current Taurus. Yeah. So the one in the picture that is desperate Taurus. So that means that there's somebody in your past that has not really moved on completely from what you had. And they're still showing up. So it would be the relationship that was important before the Taurus.
Oh God.
That's the one that's not. They had plans to move, and they didn't. They had a lot of. I think they were more talk than action. Maybe they wanted a certain, it's kind of like the person that says, God, if she looks me up, I want her to see all these wonderful things about me, like I'm great. But in reality, they're like stuck. So this person has not forgotten, and they have not moved on completely. They are kind of like stuck since you left or since it broke off. So are you aware of this person still low-key wanting you?
If it was the relationship before Taurus,
Yes.
then I'm not aware that
Okay.
he wants me in any way, shape, or form. No. Yeah.
Things end badly or they wouldn't end,
Yeah.
If things end, it's because they had to, I mean, I guess sometimes people co-parent and sometimes people like sort of stay friends, but in reality, a break is a break, right? But this is something where this person is still in some way. I don't want to give the impression that they are stalking or anything like that or being nosy, but they have their way of kind of looking, and they are at a distance still preoccupied a little bit with you. They haven't reached out, or there hasn't been anything through friends or anything that you're aware that this person still would want to be back in the picture?
No, and I would never let this person back into the picture, even if, no, never.
Okay.
We had a strong connection, but no.
Okay. Also, I have a question. I made the mistake of saying Mark, and you said that the guy's name was the Taurus was Alex. Do you know of a Mark or a Marcus? It doesn't matter. Just write it down.
No.
Just write it down, and sometimes it'll, it came in as part of the reading, and just make a side note. That's okay.
Okay.
You don't have to know everything, the same minute. Now I'm going to tell you something else. Hang on. Okay, so the only reason that I am bothering with something that is gone and past with the ex, because it's like you would think, Lucy, this is about the Taurus guy. Like, focus on him. Why are you focusing on something old and done? It's because to finish off this message, it's to let you know that what added to the ending of the relationship, even though there were many reasons.
Oh my God, I know
Was
where
a
you're
lie.
going with this. I know exactly where you're going with this.
It was a lie. There was a lie that was told that there was harm done where it shouldn't have been. things were made harder on both of you when it shouldn't have been.
With Taurus? Or with the other guy?
The other guy. You understand what I mean by that? So you have to be careful in all of your relationships of gossip and lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
You're very intuitive, but sometimes you trust the wrong people.
I do.
Too sweet and too courteous and too kind, and then you look back and you're like, why did I do that? Why did I even bother? But I
Does
just feel like
Taurus want me back, or is I just want to either like close this chapter forever or keep it open just in case. Like if he doesn't want me back, I'm okay with that. I just really want to know because he's very avoidant, so I don't get anything from him right now.
so one thing you have to understand about the Taurus is Taurus males in particular, not the females, different creature. Taurus males, when they feel with every fiber of their being the mood they're in. Okay. So if they are upset and angry, that's all they see right now. They see red.
Ugh.
So right now, that stubborn, every time I try to penetrate, like what do they really feel? I get resistance. So this lets me know him being pissed off is not over. But the passion and desire that's at the root of it is not erased. You don't just push a button and are not attracted anymore. You don't push a button and make the spark go away. It doesn't work that way. It's not erased, obviously. Let's go a little deeper into what the Taurus is feeling, okay? It's going to take some time for you to repair, but you will, if this is something that you really want. Okay? So you have to be patient and play by his rules. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you how to do that. You know how to play the right song. You know him. If you need me to, I will. But I'm pretty sure you know what will piss him off and what will, soften him and bring a smile. When you have that opening, you know what to do. Are you aware? Because the moment that this is the hard part with the Taurus connection. You have to make yourself happy, and you have to do things that make you feel free with expressing your emotions. So it's very hard to put yourself in a cage just to make someone happy. That's not fair to you. The problem is that for now, if you really want this connection, you're going to have to put your real feelings in your pocket. You're going to have to put pause on you.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that. So then Taurus can just bye-bye. Because that's the reason why we're not even together. Because he was not meeting me emotionally.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's why I'm trying to tell you that for you to, and you, what's your moon?
I don't know that. My mom doesn't know what time I was born.
You don't need the time you were born to know your moon.
Oh, then I don't know how to find that.
You go to moongiant.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go here and do it for you. It's a great site. I tell my clients to go to. It's a great free resource. It sucks they're very wrong on the moon phases. They have errors, but they are fantastic on the signs. They're free. So let's go to moongiant.com. Here we go. I'm going to get the ad out of the way, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to this like rainbow colored moon. It's like a little rainbow, and it says,
okay, yeah.
Were you born on a full moon? Hopefully a person says no. Okay, so the month for you is what?
August.
Okay. All right, and the day?
21.
Oh, nice number. All right, 21, and then the year?
83.
Oh, cool here. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead, and your moon is Aquarius.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful moon. So you have an Aquarius moon. So you are also in Aquarius. All right. And getting the rising sign, which is the most important, because it doesn't mean it erases the sun. Nothing's brighter than the sun, and you cannot replace the moon for anything in the world. But we wouldn't exist, you know. Our emotional truth and who we are is the moon and your mind. So, but the rising is what organizes everything together. It's the crown. It's the horizon point when you were born. And to do that, it's usually $25. All you can do is call the hospital you were born in, and ask for vital statistics. And if they in records don't have it, some hospitals go back 100 years, 200, some go back 30, some throw away stuff at 8 years. So you just ask to be transferred. They'll look up in records and they tell you, we don't have it, the state has it. So then you would call vital statistics of your state, and they have a record. There's two kinds they have for option. It depends.
So I was born out of the States, so it's a little bit more complicated.
Okay, where? I have clients globally. Where
I was born in the Dominican Republic.
Okay. They still, I have, was it midwife? Because sometimes they
It
keep
was a
immaculate
midwife.
record. Okay.
Yeah,
because
it was a
they
midwife.
keep immaculate record by hand in the islands.
I bet they would. My mom just.
They're excellent. That's
I
it.
bet
They
they would.
have
There you go.
outstanding healthcare in some, yeah. You know, many people go and do beautification surgeries there instead of, some of my clients have been to Beverly Hills and some of them have been to the Dominican Republic, and you'd be surprised the body stuff they're doing, like boob jobs, tummy tucks, the whole 9 yards. The Dominican Republic has outstanding doctors. So they have great medical records. So I'm sure if you make it a point to do that, because you'll know your destiny. You'll know so much.
So I'll need to find out the time. Is that correct?
Yeah, and they have it, because that's a place that they're old school and they do things. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. And then does mom know more or less a window? Does time, like a guesstimate? Or dad, do they know?
It was probably sometime in late morning, afternoon-ish.
Okay. So, I can do a time correction to find it. You are aware.
I am not.
That is an option as well. So there are people that for some reason they cannot, have a record of it. They have an idea. And then what I do is, it's a lengthy process, but it is something astrologers can do. What we do is we have to do calculations, it's tedious, but you have to go through like a 24-hour period, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we will definitely find it. But it's so much better if you just have it from the hospital.
From the hospital, yeah.
But if you can't, it's not like, okay, that's it, it's done. No, it's possible. All right. So you're an Aquarius moon, and the reason that I asked you that is because the inclination. So the positive thing about an Aquarius moon is that, as far as in relationships, when you combine it with Leo, you can push yourself towards the things that are going to give you a lot of luck naturally. Like you'll look back in your life and you'll say, I really made the right decision. I gave myself, I put myself through the right steps to give myself security, comfort, assets, but then this rebellious nature, sometimes going after the wrong man, or rebelling on something that can hurt you even more in the long run. So you have to be very careful with the things that you decide, I'm going to rebel, I'm not going to do this. Is it really going to hurt you? Does it suit you in the end? Is it just ego, or is it something that's healthy? So you have to be very careful with your choices, because you tend to go extreme in the things that you passionately follow.
Yeah, I do.
The Aquarius,
it's either all the way or nothing at all.
Yeah. And you will find that with Aquarius moon, it is the true rebel heart. So if you ask somebody, oh, you have a rebel heart, it's not really Aquarius's or Aquarius, it's Aquarius moon. They're the true rebels. And the thing is, a lot of times they'll go for taboo situations. So, for example, love affairs that are just, they never planned they would be in, or romantic situations that are just like crazy stories. They'll be adventurous and take chances, and everybody will go, oh my God, what were you thinking? So you have, they're drawn to the, yes, danger zone. So you like bad boys too.
Oh,
Okay.
I need to I need like a whole I need to change the entire style of men I've been dating.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go closer to the Taurus.
I need to.
Uh-oh, I hear a little person. She wants
What was
your
that?
attention.
She does, but no,
That's
it's
okay.
been
You
it's
could
like
put me on. You could
I've
put
been
me
with all
on
of
mute.
it.
I understand.
Eileen, go.
All right, I have a question for you. Is the Taurus of a different ethnicity or culture than you? At least even partially. So sometimes
Oh
there's
yeah,
blood.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. He's
'Cause
white.
okay, so I am picking up on that. All right. So all right, I have very interesting news. So let's go on to this next section. So your big question in this is, is he going to change? Let's pick up on some of the energy traces that I see in this relationship. I see an incredible amount of comfort between each other. So for example, when a person fits someone like a glove, so comfortable in ways where you can let go, and you haven't been able to do that in a long time. So this type of relaxing, maybe in the beginning anyway. Another thing is I do see a lot of fun, like meeting eye to eye when it comes to adventure and fun. So but when it comes to opening up and being intimate in a way where it's with words, like, how do I explain? Like when a person is vulnerable, like when a person is telling you, they
Yep.
let you in the circle. Like they don't feel like
Yeah.
they have a secret life.
Yeah.
There's something odd you can't,
Uh-huh. We were together for 6 months, and I can barely tell you who he really was. I didn't know what an avoidant was until I left the relationship. But yes, I felt the comfortableness. I don't know if his side I felt more comfortable with him than I had in any relationship ever.
All right. So I don't, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. I am not a person that pretends to diagnose anyone, because only doctors do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a psychic. I don't pretend or play with that. But I want to express in the spiritual, I guess, way of explaining it. I don't know any other words to use. But in layman's terms, I guess I'm picking up on this person having a history with struggling with, how should I say, when a person has maybe like a mental health history or maybe medication growing up, maybe they took something, whatever, prescribed to them. Maybe it was high school, maybe they were hyperactive, maybe they were depressed, or maybe they had an addiction or something. But all I'm trying to tell you, that's between them and their doctor and their own privacy. I'm just saying to you that when I look at what one of the biggest secrets that he has is that he has mental instabilities, we can say. We can call it that way. So this is where you
Got
would do
it.
your homework a little bit and talk
Yeah.
to loved ones, maybe someone like a sister, a mom, someone who would know him. I think that family and friends can shed light on things like that, things that you should know. Because if you're dating someone and you have little people, especially,
Yep.
and for your own safety. So I'm not saying there's anything hazardous or anything. I'm not looking into that. I'm only looking at the love and romance. But since you are so curious of what is going on with his ways, is so what I'm trying to say is if you look far into his circle and you do the legwork, your PI work, whatever you want to call it, to look into, you will find a history of a person that has been diagnosed professionally. You have maybe there's a strong therapy history and a diagnosis by a professional, okay, that you will find with this person, okay?
Okay.
So this person has some kind of condition, let's call it, all right?
Okay.
So this is why there is a big issue. They also had a very hard upbringing. All right, I don't know if they have shed light on that with you, but they are a product of a very bad home environment as well. I don't know if that is something that you have seen. Sometimes scars are invisible and they are
Yeah.
abstract, but you can tell.
Yeah.
The lack of trust and the I'm going to push you away and
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a lot of dad issues as well. Maybe he wasn't in the picture, you know. Okay, so there is something strong there. And the fighting, head battle head with head, he's used to that and he's very strong with that. So, you have the type of personality that can handle that because you're a Leo, but it wears Leo down. It can even cause you, blood pressure, maybe. Every Leo has to be very careful with, cardiovascular things, so triglycerides, blood pressure, tachycardiac. If you're healthy and eat well, perfect. But it's something that stress is a no-no because Leo is rules the heart. So the sun rules the heart. So and that's your ruling planet. So you have to be careful with how much stress impacts you directly. It's eminent that you do not let someone like pre-age you and wear you down and burn you out, because there's no need for that. Really, Leos are delicate in that way. They're very strong, but inside they can be torn horribly by being putting up with a jackass or something like that can deteriorate them. They can't do that. All right. So this is someone that you don't need to be his mother. And that's something that and constantly being at battle with someone who doesn't cooperate, that's not a relationship. That's not healthy.
Yeah, no.
So
And that's the thing about him. It was, first of all, we never fought. The thing is, there was never any real strong emotions ever. Like, it was always so surface. It was like I wanted to smack my head against the wall.
do you realize that's all he can
And I would
do?
tell him, and I'm like, I almost wondered because I was getting to the point. I was like, we can't do surface. I'm like, surface is never going to get us to a point where if anything harsh comes in through our relationship, we're going to be able to stand it. We're so surface. It's ridiculous. And I was telling him, I'm like, I can't do surface. I can't. He couldn't go anywhere other than surface. He was not able to go anywhere other than surface.
Again, I do not pretend to diagnose anyone, but I don't know how to explain it except to tell you that do you realize he has communication challenges? This person.
Absolutely. I would be crying on the phone and he would barely say anything. And it's not that he was heartless. It was, there was nothing there. And I was like, are you there? He goes, I'm here. And I'm like, no, you're not. And I yelled at him. He goes, okay, fine. If I'm not here, I'm going to hang up. And it's like, no, I know you're holding the phone. I know you're there. I'm not stupid. You're not giving me any comfort in any way. Yeah.
It's the wire, it's not wired right. You understand what I'm saying?
I wondered that because, like I said, I am so freaking intuitive. And there was just so many things because he wouldn't say much, right? He wouldn't talk much about his past. He wouldn't talk much about his previous relationships. Um, and I'm just like, in order for me to get to know you, I'm not trying to dig into your past relationships. I'm not curious about what happened and what didn't. But I'm like, in order for me to get to know who you are right now, I your past is important to me. Like people do that in relationships. We discuss, hey, what happened with this? Hey, did you have a good childhood with your dad? And how did like it was? I couldn't get anywhere. Oh my gosh. It was so
So
frustrating.
the way to get through to him, would, just to let you know, okay, would be that, let's say that one day both of you are watching a movie. Just let's take it very simple. Give you an analogy. And he mentions that the horse in the movie reminded him of something he did with his dad when he was 12. Okay.
Mhm.
So he makes a comment. So at that point, you just, you ride that one comment. Tell me about the horse. And then 2 sentences will turn into 5. And then you ask about something else that he responds when he describes the horse. And doing that type of communicative, connecting the dots, little by little, you will see that his 5% of communication maybe grows to 7 or 12. And then of course, getting a professional to, that's what they do. That's what, you know, knowing what is the diagnosis, knowing what the problem is, then you can deal with that. But little by little by little, you see, you were taking a person that has communicative problems, and there's something wrong with the wiring, and you were trying to bring them to your vocal verbal level, a healthy woman wanting a real relationship, trying to look for an emotional bond where romantically two people can start bonding and talking. Like, I'm a stranger and we're communicating. You're not asking for much. It's just, it's what you deserve. But for him, it's just,
He couldn't.
he couldn't go where you are. You had to take baby steps. Now, here's the exhausting part. It's, do you want to sign up for that?
That's
Because
exactly, yeah, I know.
I can
And
see that everything else is like amazing. Like you ordered it, and it was like made for you. Like I see the
I
joy, the
actually believe
laughter.
when he came into my life after the narcissist that you before him,
Yeah.
I thought, I'm like, this is it, God. Like, this is finally my happily ever after all the shit that I've been through with
Yeah.
this,
Your
this,
reward.
this, and that.
Yeah.
I really thought it was him. And that's why it's so hard that after I broke up with him just by words, but in reality, he had checked out mentally probably 2 weeks before. So I was like, I finally was the one who said, you know what, we're done. And it wasn't that we fought. It wasn't anything mean. Like we broke up, and that's why I'm still kind of holding on to him because it's like, dude, there was so much that was not said. There was like, well, did you really love me? Like, is there any like, can I get any of that? Like, and I know I don't need closure because really, and I don't know. I don't know what I think it's in reality. I know in my heart he's never gonna probably ever meet me emotionally where I need to be. So I think I have my own answer. It's like I know he's not gonna be in my future. I don't know what I was holding on to, but I don't know. I guess I
I
wonder if he
wanted you to
misses
know.
me, if it was real for him or not. I don't know.
Okay, so here's the information I have for you.
Yeah.
If you want, it looks like this man came into your life to refresh a part of you that was stampeded on by someone who tried to wear you out.
Hmm.
But and you can look at it like this was kind of like an energy boost because you lived again, you in that part of your life. You brought your love life back up to par with what it should be.
Hmm.
And you enjoyed a lot, but it's, I don't want you to think that, I'm saying, oh, pity him, oh, poor thing, oh, he has issues. No, I'm just saying to look at it realistically like you are now. It was just you attached quickly to someone that was fun. And you took it to a place where you took it as this is the this is the replacement, this is the correct version of what I had to have. The other one was the wrong one, this one's the right one, and that's it. And it was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Well, this one's too lumpy, or this one's perfect. And you did it too fast when you could have. You had to hit the brakes and realize, okay, he's passed these couple of tests, but not these. So I can't move too fast because I don't know. So here's the difficult part. There's going to be a very eligible bachelor coming your way very soon. I know today it's probably not interesting to you because you're into the Taurus and you're not a robot. You have to go through your motions of disconnecting from what you love and what you bonded with or tried to. I'm not saying to forget, but I'm saying to you that I don't see honestly the Taurus connection turning into something healthy and recuperating.
Yeah.
I see that this is even if there's attempts to speak again because the attraction, you're drawn to each other, it's not going to be what you need. One of the things that I can tell you for talking to so many women for so many years, a lot of times they're given flags right away, and because there's so many good experiences, they'll quiet the flags. Don't do that. You already
That's
know.
exactly what I told my friend.
Good.
She
What
was
did
like,
you
"Oh,
tell
it's
your
so
friend?
funny." She goes, "You're trading these ones for those ones, though." And I was like, "Oh, really?"
You're not wrong because you know you're not.
This is what I traded with him. He was very soft spoken. He never said bad words to me. He never yelled at me. He never got mad at me. When I came from this narcissist relationship where I was called this and that and this and manipulated, and I was like, "Oh, this guy doesn't do that."
Yeah.
That's great. However, those other red flags that were there, I was like, no, no, no. He doesn't talk to me in that way. He doesn't yell at me. He doesn't hang up on me. So he's good.
You latched on the good stuff and ignored the flags.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing though. The next one coming into the picture, you're not going to believe him. You're going to be hard on him. And this one is, unfortunately, here comes this guy. And you're not going to give him the open door you did to the Taurus. Because you have been through too much and you're not going to be fooled twice, is your perspective, right? So this one coming into the picture, you're going to need a lot of convincing that he is authentic, right? So
Yeah.
this Taurus guy, he got the easiest of all because he got an open door and you latched on immediately. This next one coming in deserves that, but you're not going to give him that. So my message to you is keep healing, keep being honest with yourself. The Taurus thing, I'm very sorry that there was such awesome stuff that that the connection is not going to really continue in a way that makes you happy. You don't want to prolong something that doesn't serve you completely, and you don't want to live a lie looking at part of it being beautiful but then the other part's rotten. You don't want that. You can't hold the fort for a relationship yourself. If he doesn't meet you 50-50, what do you have? You're not going to be a nurse the rest of your life. You're not going to be mothering someone. You're not going to be a babysitter. You're not going to have to be your own private eye in your own relationship. That's exhausting. That's abusive. You don't want that. You want to be happy. You want somebody who's going to give you what you give them. And there's somebody coming into the picture. The attraction is very strong and the conversations will be very strong, but you will have doubt. So my suggestion is be honest with yourself, because you are going to let your head this time overrule your heart. So this time you're going to do the opposite. So you might think he's full of BS, this guy. Now, no one's perfect. Nobody. No one in the world. If you're human, then you're not perfect because nobody is perfect. But there are good candidates and bad ones. And this one is a good one coming into the picture for you.
Oh,
And I
good.
suggest that, you get advice from the people that surround you, but you can't trust someone who envies you because if someone who envies you and this guy is really romantic, they're going to envy the hell out of it. Oh no, they're my friend. Not really. If they, because I'm already seeing before I even started the reading, I saw that you have a great deal of people that envy you horribly.
I would never know that.
So you have to also be very careful if you do have a beautiful thing that you start with somebody. Be sure that the person that you're trusting in, because look at it the other way. Let's say that you meet this great guy, which you are. I'm already seeing him in the reading. Let's say when you meet him and you start to like him very much, he talks to you. He talks to his friend about you. That wouldn't be fair. You would want him to just go for it if he wants to. Be a man and pursue the woman that you're
That's
with.
one of my biggest pet peeves. I cannot stand anybody talking about my relationship to anybody. It is the most horrible way and it's the most damaging thing you can do
That's
in a
correct.
relationship.
You
And
know,
I
it's
have a
called the
feeling,
third wheel.
yeah,
Everybody's
and I
like,
have a
oh, is there a
feeling,
third party? Yeah, that's like a third party. It's a third wheel. It's a nose that doesn't belong.
yep,
The only one in a relationship should be person A and person B, and that's it.
that's it. Yeah. It
And
is the
that's
most,
it.
I think it's so immature. And
It
I
is.
almost feel like Alex did talk to somebody. And I don't know who, because I don't have proof,
That
but
was
my
the lie
heart
that I told you about. I
got it.
know. Yeah, when I said that added to the, yeah, it didn't cause it, but it definitely added salt to the wound. But in this new relationship coming up, you might do that. You might, that's what I'm trying to tell you is that you're going to see behaviors because today you're a woman that's going to be very different from your future self. You're about to go into a lot of especially in the winter. By the winter, you're going to have a shift in the way that you feel. I'm not saying you have to wait that long, but in fact, you might meet this guy way sooner. But I'm saying I'm trying to tell the way that you're evolving, the way that you are connecting with your love life, your outlook, what you're going to offer, what you're going to, you're tired of the BS, and your tolerance for that's getting thinner and thinner. So it's going to be harder to make a genuine connection the more time goes by. So I want you to get it right
Yeah.
because you deserve to be happy. So this time, I think that you should be very clear on the things that you are willing to accept before you meet him. I suggest that you are very, very clear within yourself what you're willing to accept in a partner, what the deal breakers are, and what you really want back. So that when you meet him, you tell him exactly what that list is.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you.
Let me make sure the reading closes. Yes. Do you have any other questions or concerns or worries?
I don't. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
All right. I hope you heal fast. Let it go. It doesn't serve
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Just take it as it brought you back to life in certain ways from the idiot.
Yep.
The Taurus gave you a boost in your outlook. It was very healthy, some parts of it. You needed it, and now you saw the flags, and you're not going to waste the rest of your youth and life on something that doesn't serve you. If he decides to knock on your door and pursue you and pamper you and love you, I don't see that doing that. I don't see him doing that. I'm going to be very clear. I don't see that. I see the opposite. But if he's going to bust and do that, then that's his journey to do and get you back. But don't you do that. So, you sit pretty and you live your life and you prioritize you, and you are going to meet someone very soon. But this time, don't mistake all men for frogs, because one of them's going to be a prince. I'm telling you. And the thing about Leo, you got to understand something too. This is where you might hate me and not like what I have to say. Leos, especially women, but all Leos, they have to be very careful with being really analyzing love, because sometimes when they feel issues with somebody that they've been with in a long relationship. Not the narcissist, but I'm saying they can start to doubt and the love is really there. So Leos are very delicate. If they're not spoken to in the right way, or they are, someone's having like make a bad year or something like that, a lot of times they'll internalize it.
Yeah.
Be strong on what you've got and start from the beginning. Build this new connection you're going to have beautiful from the beginning, because that's the foundation those are the pillars for the future if you want to stay in that. So that's what I'm saying. I guess all I want you to know is to leave with the idea of make that list in your head, what you want and what you will not stand for. And let him know when you meet him. That way,
Awesome. Thank
you'll
you.
have that promise. All right, sweetheart. Have a good one. And you can always pop in and let us know the good news when you're dating. I like to hear good news.
Absolutely.
It was
Thank you
nice
so
meeting you.
much. I appreciate you.
Thank you
Nice
so
to meet
much.
you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.